Hello, and thank you for joining me here on Sew Stitch Hex. Today, I'm going to be talking about manifesting and willpower. So, the idea is that if you can envision it and you believe it, 100% believe it, you have no doubt in your mind, then it can come true. It will manifest in the real life. This is how anything is. And you can't just put in partial effort. You have to put forth all of your intent and all of your effort if you want something to come to fruition. So this goes with anything, really. It's not just magic. I know with me, I have severe anxiety and depression. There are days when I don't want to get out of bed. I've slept literally an entire day, woke up, realized it was the entire day, and then went back to bed for the night. Didn't wake up. Did not even get out of bed. Didn't eat. Didn't do anything. Because I didn't see a point. I didn't have the energy or the motivation to do it. And that's not good. It's not healthy. And it is a problem. That's why you have to make yourself do things sometimes. If you want it, you have to put forth the effort and you have to make yourself do things. There's been multiple times over the past few months with everything that happened. At one point, I didn't ask for help moving a big screen TV that I got as a gift from my grandmother, which was great because my old TV got messed up while moving into my last apartment. It got hit with the door handle and screen was cracked, so I was out of TV. We had a TV for the apartment, but I didn't have one for my room, which was fine because I don't really watch TV in my room generally. At least when I have my own living room space. Now I have a shared living room space, so I do watch TV in my room frequently. Anyways, the TV I wanted put on top of double stacked 3x3 cubicle bookcases. The motion is this, because I could not reach it, and I almost had it, but it fell. I did not want to break the TV, so I caught it with my foot, which had no shoes on, and I could have broke my ankle. I didn't, but I could have. It swole up bigger than my fist. It was insane. But things like that can make you just not want to move. You shouldn't be moving around, but there are other things to do. You're like, oh, well, there's no point in getting out of bed. I can't do anything. You have to convince yourself to get out of bed. There are days when I don't want to go to work. I just want to call out, take a mental health day, or just sleep because I'm tired of work. I love my job so much. I work 12-hour shifts all the time, and I love it. But sometimes I'm just tired of people. I'm tired of doing things. And I have to convince myself, no, you're not calling out today. You're going into work. There's no reason for you to call out. I have went into work after my house burned down. I have went into work after I was in a car accident. Nothing can keep me down if it's trying. The only thing that can keep me down is me. The only thing that can keep you down is you. I know some people with severe different types of bodily disorders and immune disorders who will not get out of bed sometimes. They will not move. They'll just stay there and not move. And yes, that they have something they're working with, but it's all about willpower. It's all about intent. You can't produce more. There's no trick to doing it. You just have to do it. You have to stop and say, okay, I'm not going to stay down. I'm going to get back up and move forward. Spell work is the same way. If you think, I'm going to do this spell, I hope it works. Now, this doesn't mean that you do the spell and keep going back to it and keep messing with it. You plant the seed and you leave it in the dirt, but you put everything into it that needed to be there. You give it the soil that needs, you give it the light, you give it the water. You let it grow. You don't excavate it, but you also don't just let things happen. You don't just throw magic at it and then leave and to forget about it. You have to work towards it, and you have to put all your willpower and intent to it. This is about pushing yourself with everything. Say you got all the things you need, but you don't want to do it. Well, then why are you pretending to do it? Don't do it if you don't have your all. And give your all. If your all in one moment is lighting a candle and praying for 30 minutes, concentrate for those 30 minutes. Concentrate with everything you have to give and give that. And then be done. If your all is a full high magic sort of ritual that lasts for 2.5 hours and has all the bells and whistles, then do it. But don't You can half-ass something that has all the bells and whistles, just like you can perform something pristinely that has nothing but a candle and a piece of paper that's been scribbled on. It doesn't matter how many things you have if you don't have the intent and the willpower. And you have to push yourself to do it. You have to make yourself do things. You can't just have the inkling. You can't just vaguely think about it. If you don't feel it, then you can't do it. You have to find that fire in yourself, or even just find the charcoal and light it. You have to push, and you have to do the work. You have to do the work mentally. You have to do the work physically. Even if you can't do a lot physically, maybe all you're doing is sitting in place, but that mental concentration and pushing yourself to do it is what is important. And so when it comes to manifesting, you have to believe in yourself and in your magic. You believe that I did this spell, I'm going to get a new job that I want, that does this, this, and this, that pays this, and that is wonderful. And you do it, and then you apply for jobs. You do it in real life. You manifest it in real life by pushing yourself. You've done the magical work. You've done the hard work. Now you just believe, and it will happen. Same thing with your intent. You keep your intent as true as can be. If you are doing a love spell and you say you want a partner that is there for you forever, but in reality, you just want like a one-night stand, well, your real intent is going to come through. And you can't cry and complain because you didn't get what you wanted when you didn't know what you wanted. If you don't know what you want, you're not going to get what you want. Because the universe isn't going to take guesses. It's going to go with what you truly want. Or it's going to mess up what you say because what you say isn't true. And the universe can be a biatch sometimes. It will give you as close to what you ask for as it can. But if you're not asking for what you want, it can give you a surprise. So when it comes to manifesting an intent, just be as true as you can to what you really want. Know what you want and then put your all into it. You can't just let yourself sleep because you have to sleep, because you want to sleep, because this is all I have is sleep. That's not the truth, and you know it. It's what you're allowing yourself to do. You are enabling yourself to make yourself worse, and you can't just do it. My apartment burned down. I was very upset, and I just kind of didn't want to do anything. Really, it was just like, I'm here, I'm alive, and right now, even, I would say that I'm not really living. We're in a quarantine, so I can't go out, but I don't want to go out. When we first finished putting up the ivy in my house, I started to cry because I'm like, great, now my room's complete. Now it can burn down. It can catch fire again. No, it wasn't my specific apartment apartment room that caught fire, but it was the building. And it's still scary because you're like, this is the safe place. This is where you go when you're scared. But when that gets taken, you get worried. I didn't want to do anything. And even now with quarantine and we can't leave, I'm glad because I don't want to leave. And I'm enabled right now. Because I'm not supposed to leave, so I don't have to. But it can be hard. You can't just let yourself enable bad patterns, bad activities. You can't just say, well, I'm going to sleep. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do it. When my apartment burned down, I didn't want to do anything. I just wanted to sleep. But I put everything away. I put my dresser, I cleaned it because it had mold and I'm severely allergic, but I did it anyway. I cleaned it and I put all my clothes where they're supposed to go. Furniture that needed to be taken to the dump because it was destroyed, I got it taken. I put things away. I got the help I needed to put things away and I did the work. But you have to do it. You can't just, it's all about the willpower. You have to make yourself, you have to push yourself because it will be trying sometimes. There are the times when you just want to do nothing. And sometimes, like now, you aren't living, you're surviving. And if you want to have magic in your everyday life, when you're surviving, you have to force it. When you're living, it's easy. When you're living, it's just, oh, I want this to happen and I want that to happen, and it just goes. You just do it. It's not hard because it's something extra. But when you're surviving, when everything is hard and all you want to do is nothing, or when all you want to do is against everything you like to do, like when you're fighting depression and you can't do the things you love, you have to make yourself do the things. You have to promote that positive. You have to promote what you want so that you can do it. And it's the same with magic. It's the same with intent. If you need it done or you want it done, you have to push to do it, because it's not just going to happen. All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining me today on So Sit Checks. If you have times when you are struggling, if you've had something that has happened to you in your life that's caused you to question or caused you to have to work just to do the simple things like get out of bed or bake. Say you love to bake and you just couldn't because nothing brought you joy, or it just felt like too much effort to do the things that you enjoy. How did you work through it? How do you push yourself? What are ways you push yourself every day when you can't or you don't feel the need to do something? This applies to everyday life, mundane activities, as well as the magical. How will you push yourself when the only obstacle you have is you? All right, everyone, I will see you next time. Bye.